Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah.
Melanated!
Okay, so I'm inviting you guys to come with me as I hate watch season 13 of The Bachelorette. I personally have never watched any of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. And after watching last week's episode and this week's episode, I have a sneaky suspicion that if I had started watching it from the very beginning, when it wasn't all produced and fake, I think I would have been more on the bandwagon now and been more understanding of what's supposed to go on. So I try to put on my newbie fresh goggles and take off of my actor understanding the way producing reality TV works goggles and just watch it as a regular degular, you know, as Evelyn would say, a regular degular person. And I can see why people are into this show. So, okay, so let's talk about episode 2. I will do a lot of shit talking, as is my way. The very first montage scene, we have Rachel waking up with her limpy dog that broke his arm or something and running around the grounds, and it's just so dumb and arbitrary and I don't care. The place she's staying looks beautiful, so I mean, God bless, that's what I want to see. I have a love-hate relationship with Rachel because I am excited that she's the first Black Bachelorette. I see pictures of her and she looks beautiful in pictures. In real life, she's just kind of mediocre to me. And I know I don't want to disparage a Black woman, but listen, she is doing a lot for the super smart, mediocre faced Black women whose edges are constantly sweated out. She's putting it all on the map right now. I mean, I just want to know why they won't hire a Black Atlanta stylist to come there and lay down her edges. Those lights, they sweat out her edges. She's hot, she's warm, she produces a lot of heat, and her weave was already bad in The Bachelor. Bruh, it's so disrespectful to me. I feel like they could do a lot better. Her weave could be a lot fuller. I mean, let's Real House of Atlanta this situation, right? Okay, so the first action thing they have to do, or group date or whatever, I'm not really sure, they have to do, she picks a couple guys and they go and they do this baby Olympics with the oldest vacuums I've ever seen in my life. And Lucas wins, this crazy guy who's there for the Waboom. Now, those of you who are oh, Lucas is so annoying. He is so annoying, but the reason why he's gonna stay on the show at least probably until the next 4 episodes is because of that. The producers need somebody interesting and he's providing that trope for this show. So of course Rachel is going to pick him. She's intrigued, not really, but the producers are telling her to be intrigued. But they picked Lucas because he had a gimmick. So if you want to be on The Bachelor, get a gimmick. The Baby Olympics was hosted by Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. At the end of it though, Lucas tried to get Ashton Kutcher to do the Waboom and he was like, what? What is that? Why would you do that? And that's exactly what I thought, Ashton. That's exactly what I thought. Now, it was crazy because at the end, in order to win, he pushed Kenny. He came out with the force of a hand and pushed Kenny. I mean, I think it took all of Kenny's Blackness to not pop up and beat that fool up. I think it was on national television and Kenny was like, look, I'm trying to play this game. I'm trying to be on this show. I'm trying to boost my career, whatever that may be. And because no men are watching The Bachelorette, especially no Black men. I could be wrong. I feel like Kenny is a real A.N. Feel like he is doing his best Bill Cosby to stay centered on this show. I think it comes a little bit more naturally to DeMario and Diggy and Fred and some of these other guys, but I think Kenny is too real. And I hope that Rachel recognizes that in him. So then they had their group date out after this Baby Olympics and Rachel's titties were the worst. I mean, it's it was a fake zip up, but it's they didn't put tape. It was just you know what I'm saying? Just look at the episode. You'll see what I'm saying. It was bad. Blake, my favorite Blake. I don't know if Asian Blake is still there, but white Blake is still there. And apparently he has a big D and I'm excited about that for him. And for, whoever. But yeah, so he broke the news about Lucas and was like, Lucas used to date my roommate and he's a crazy guy and all he wants to be is famous and he's on the show to be known as the Waboom guy. And I feel like if Blake really watched this show, he would know why Lucas is on the show right now, right? And so I think using this card this early, episode 2, it's too quick. He should have at least used the I know Lucas from outside of the show card until episode 4, because then it would be much more of a reveal and we would have been able to see Lucas act ridiculous throughout all of it. Unless the producers told him to say it on the 2nd episode so that they could get the drama ball rolling. Let's talk about Fred. Okay, so Fred is another Black dude on the show and Fred knows her from the 8th grade. Like, Fred was a little black boy that she had to deal with. I recall her saying that they didn't grow up in like a predominantly black area. When you're in that kind of environment, respectability politics is something that's taught. And I don't know how old Rachel is, but I do think she is about my age. And so therefore, if she was really one of the only black faces in a white space, obviously her parents taught her about respectability politics. I went to school and there was always one little black boy who was bad AF, and all we had to do was just like be like, oh my god, so embarrassed that he was just like acting up in front of all these white people. Girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Ronald or Paul tried to come back and talk to me, I would be like, nah, you don't got no home training. I know that firsthand. I was a witness. But how are you gonna be one of the only black kids in the school and then be bad? No. Anyways, there's this other dude who started speaking Russian to her or singing to her in Russian, and I was not into that either because I'm like, nah, your family, I'm like, you can't be with him. His family's racist. Russians are notorious for being racist against black people because there's not many black people in Russia, so all they have to go on are the stereotypes and what the media of America puts out, and it's not all that great. Don't get with him. So anyways, they had this basketball game, and where they were wearing like Laker colors, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who looking like the black BFG, made everybody look like they was from Munchkinland. Okay, he's like larger than life. He's like 7'1". I've seen him in person. It's really overwhelming because you're like, hi, Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, I'm straining my neck right here. Oh, the big thing that happened this episode was DeMario. So DeMario in his basic A, he had the audacity to have a girlfriend. And not only was she like a white chick, she was a ghetto white chick. This girl, I mean, obviously this is set up by the producers, and DeMario was like so shocked and didn't know what to do. Her roots were growing out. She was dressed like a bum. The way she kept on interrupting Rachel speaking and yelling at DeMario. I mean, like, if I were Rachel, I would have been like, this ghetto-ass white chick was the girl you were dating before me? I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer. Did you know I was a lawyer? Did you know I was a lawyer and that I'm not gonna, I'm a lawyer. So then everybody is shook from that. Rachel pretends to cry about it. The guys get ready for the evening. She redeemed herself in the last like group situation when she was in that beautiful dress. It was like black. It was like gold. It was gold that was here first. She looked amazing, and it had a slit, and she like lifted it up. It was amazing. And she made out with that chiropractor masseuse. What's his name? Oh, she needs to dump Matt. His eyebrows are ridiculous. Lee needs to go too. Kyle is boring. Josiah, he got a rose. I'm not a fan of Josiah. I don't know. His lips are too big. Brian. Girl, Brian, every time she makes out with Brian, I'm like low-key jealous. Brian is like the masseuse. And that was really it. It ended with a to be continued because DeMario's punk A was outside the gate talking about, I just want to talk to Rachel one more time, and like, whatever, girl. Dean, Blake, Peter, Diggy, and Kenny are my top 5. That's the end of this video, you guys. If you would like to hate watch The Bachelor with me every Monday, come on, let's do it. It's Monday at either 8 or 9 p.m. on ABC, Channel 7 on the West Coast. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.